Well, here is my new bike. This is the box that it's in. I'm doing this video for documentation purposes and proof purchases, documentation purposes, and just in case it doesn't work. The box has lots of damage on it. First of all, there's one of these missing. There should have been two of them because, as you can see over here, is up. So that's a there's two holes there. There's a hole there. There's a hole there. The box looks pretty battered. I mean, I know it's being shipped, but looks pretty battered. Other side looks okay, but I'm really concerned about this part. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, cut this off. We're gonna take everything out. I was gonna assemble it on the porch, but it's just a little bit too hot for that. All out of the box. So it comes with a couple of knickknacks, like a headlight, which I'm probably not going to use. The pedals, with the little warning on it saying watch out for left and right or you can damage the threads. There's a toolkit in here. You got your standard seat, an instruction manual. I'm going to have to look through that. Here's the bike itself. Oh yeah, I forgot. Here's the battery. This thing weighs about 40 pounds. I mean... It's really heavy. This is an SLA battery, solid lead acid, so probably a car battery at that point. But it's got some weight to it. It's about 20 or 30 pounds. It's really heavy. I didn't know it was going to be that heavy. So the bike itself is probably 30 pounds. That, on top of that, is probably another 30 pounds with the tires on and the seat on. It's going to be a 65-pound bike, which is actually what the advertised description said. It also comes with something called a quote-unquote smart charger, but that is Chinese to the second power there. That thing's going to probably blow on me because, yeah, you have your controller in here. This bike's not waterproof, so just to let you know that. That controller is just about exposed. Brushless motor. This is a 7-speed bike. There is no gears on the sprocket, but there are... gears on the rear, on the cassette, and there's 7 gears. So pretty much, actually, let me see if these are shocks. I was told that these weren't shocks. I can't tell until I start riding it. And let me see here. Oh, this bike is standard. It's not disc brakes. I actually thought this bike would have disc brakes. It does not. See the SLA, the 300 SLA, and the 310 Li are completely different bikes. The Li is disc brakes. It's got a lithium battery. It's got what else? It's got something else that this bike doesn't have. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna put this thing together. And I'll see if I can walk through it. I may not. So I'm gonna first, I might just attach the handlebars, and then I'm gonna attach the wheels so I can start attaching the pedals. So let's go that route. Some of the bike together. This piece here looks like where the battery glides. So go ahead, leave this alone. I actually thought this part came off. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up. Now, again, this is the 300 SLA. This is not the lithium ion one. This is the older one or the one before it. So make sure you leave this here, because this looks like where the battery just kind of glides on. And I thought this was a... actually, it looks like some of it's broken. See that? That's broken. That means the battery was in here and it got jostled, and so that's broken. Then I have to figure out a way to fix that. But that's broken right there. That's completely broken. The battery sits on this. This is and I gotta tighten up that screw, but that's good old Chinese for you right there. The back wheels are already on. One of these might have come off, and it'll be in the box. Just go ahead and replace that and put it back over there. So, actually, I got to see if I can call the manufacturer to get another one of these. This is going to be a problem. This piece in general, like, it broke off the battery bay where the controller is. So the controller is going to have, this is ridiculous. But that's not going to be real good for the battery. If the weight of the battery just leaning on that and it's broken, that's not going to be real good for the battery. I have a feeling I'm going to have more problems with this bike than not. Okay, well, anyway, when installing the wheels, make sure you put the retainers on. You'll know when you take them off. You have the axle retainers, and then you just put the retainer nuts on after those, and that's how you install the front wheel. Brakes may have to be connected and adjusted. So brakes may have to be adjusted, but that's something that can be done. Other than that, I'm still in the beginning processes of putting this thing together, but I'm just a little bit concerned. That's all. So we'll see what we can do after this, and we're gonna install the rest of the wheel, adjust the brakes, install the seat, and oh yeah, and the pedals. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so when installing the handlebars on the 300 SLA, these will be connected. The bars will actually be connected to the, I don't know the name of this, but the bars will actually be connected. These will already be tightened. You don't have to worry about this part. This is only for the LI model. This part, the entire stem will be disconnected. So you just connect that into the appropriate hole. There's only one hole that it'll fit in. And there's a little locking nut in there. You would just go ahead and put your 13mm Allen in there, and you would turn it counterclockwise until it's tight. Now make sure the handlebar is straight with the front wheel. So you can just use my camera as reference. Make sure, like, see how you can't see the front wheel? Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can. Now you can't. You want to make sure it's straight. You can always correct it later, but it's always great to do it the first time. So make sure that's straight. Tighten this. And trust me, you'll know when you have a problem when this isn't tight, when you start riding it and really like start wrenching on the handlebars, when you're hitting the trail, then you have to turn and you'll feel it come loose, because I felt it come loose when the tires were just on my carpet. So make sure it's tight. I would recommend getting some leverage, like a hand wrench, and wrenching it onto this and then turning it, because it's kind of hard to do it with this little, it's just no leverage. So make sure that's done. I wanted to make that note before I continued. Okay, so I've been fussing with this thing for about, it's too long. It's been 30 plus minutes because the brake line, I'm not sure if you guys, when you get this bike, will your brake line be like this? But this part here, let me just try to focus in on it. That was out of its socket. So I was trying to put it in using, socket first, but that little piece here, wow, I turned off the light. That little, that little piece here, that little solid piece, little metal piece right there, it's a coned shape. So you want to put it in from the brake line down. So you put the brake line in here, you pull it as far back till you get to the brake line, and then you put the brake line in, and it'll just slide into place because it's coned, and I didn't know that. And what I mean by coned is, if you look at a cone, like a street cone, it's narrow at the top, but it's big at the bottom. So it's coned. So it'll just slide right in until it hits the more thicker part, and it'll just lock in place. The pedals were really easy to install, so I'm not even going to walk you through that. Just remember, there's little letters on these. You have to look for them. And it'll be L and R, left and right. You put it on the wrong way, you're going to have a bad day. Well, not really. You'll just have to buy some new pedals. I'm near a bike shop, so if I do lose my pedals or they break, I'll just take the ones off my other bike, or I'll just go buy some more. They're not that expensive. So right now, it's basically time to put on the seat and put the battery in. That's actually what it's time for. So the seat's pretty easy. I think I can do this all on camera. Well, put the battery in first. Of course, you can't put the battery in without the can't put the battery in with the seat being in there. So here's the problem with the battery. The battery weighs way too much, and that little piece is broken. So I'm gonna have to drop the camera here and try to do this with two hands because I don't want to break anything else. So, and no, I didn't break it. It came broken because that piece was loose when I took it out of the box. So we'll go ahead and stop the video here. Batteries installed. Drop in the seat post. And of course you tighten it up using that little lever right there, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Back here where I store my bike, because this is where I'm going to be charging it. So here's the battery. Oh. Alright. Here's power. We got a green light, that's always good. We'll let that sit there on AC power for just a little bit. I just want to make sure this thing doesn't blow up for nothing. I've got this all on tape. This is the first time I'm plugging it in. All right. Let me unravel this here. Give me just a second. Again, there was another guy who did this on YouTube, but he had the LI model, the lithium ion model, and he had actually more features than the one I have. He had disc brakes and some other things. Okay. That's what the plug looks like, but the camera won't autofocus because it's an HTC One. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in now. Now the light turns red. As you can see. I'm going to let that charge for a couple hours. And I'll come back here to see if my house is still standing, because I don't know, his came fully charged, so and mine might have been fully charged, but it's a lead acid battery. It's not your standard lithium ion, very efficient battery. So we shall see. We shall see. Just checking some things out with the bike while the battery's charging. I'm looking at the shifter here. It's pretty cool. This is almost compared to a flappy paddle shifter on a car, but this is just all mechanical. So when you're, gear 1, you start off in gear 1 and press that for gear 2, press that for gear 3, so forth and so on. And when it maxes out at 7, slow down, shift it all the way back to 1, and you start over again. And you don't even have to use the shifter. Actually, you can't use the shifter. You have to use that button. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. As far as I know, this bike has pedal assist, but I think it's all scooter. I think it's all, power to the motor. So here's your throttle. And here's your battery indicator, half, full, empty. It's just simple. That's where your battery sits. You see the little terminals down there. The tires are flat. I have to put some air in them. That'll be exciting once I find out they won't hold air, but we'll find that out in just a second. I got to clean up my tools, vacuum up the place, and shower up and walk this down to the gas station and put some air in it. I would like to see how well it rides. That'll be interesting. This frame is a lot lighter, so if I just wanted to go biking with a 7-speed, then I could. It's not going to be my everyday bike, and you know what? This bike does come with 2 front and rear, I guess, mud guards or fenders or whatever you want to call them. They're sitting right there, but I'm not going to install them yet. I just want to make sure the bike is working 100% despite its current condition. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, the best thing is I didn't have to install any of the electronics, so you really can't beat that. And this same bike probably would have cost me $800 down at the bike shop, and I can't afford that. So first impressions, if I was going to give it first impression rating 5 out of 10, or 5 out of 10, excuse me. If I was going to give it 5 stars, if there was a rating of 0 to 5 stars, I'd give it about 4, because of the it's broken right now. It's broken. This piece here, it's broken. That's a little bit disappointing. That's going to cause problems in the long run, and I'm probably going to have to call the manufacturer about that because they're going to have to send me a whole new battery unit, like the controller and the where the battery sits. So, but yeah, it would have been 5 out of 5 if that wasn't it. I do like this seat adjuster. It's got a little rubber handle, so you know you're not just turning a metal knob. That's kind of a soft touch. The tires look good. The wheels actually look good. I haven't had a new bike in forever. I've never had a new bike. I've always gotten them secondhand. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if this was worth my 545 American dollars. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and wait for that battery to charge, and we'll do a little drive video. Let me just give you kind of a 360 of the bike here. That would have been nice if I did that the first time. You got your hub back there. That's where the motor is. And these are real shocks. Those are real. I tested them. You push down on them, they compress, they decompress. So that's a plus. I thought they weren't going to come with any shocks, but they do. So we shall see. Power. I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. You have a lock over here to lock the battery in place. There's a yep right there. And then you have a lock over here to start it up. Now, that's power. I believe that's power, switching between power on demand and power assist. I believe I just disengaged power assist. I want to see if this thing takes off on its own. Whoa! Okay. It did. It did. Okay. I didn't expect for it to take off like that. Let me see here. Whoa. Okay. Well, the good news is it works. I'm going to go ahead and turn the power off before I get myself in trouble. That's how you start it up. It's off now. It's on now. So, pretty cool. The bad thing is if you lose the keys, you can't start it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use one key. Because one key will lock the bike and one key will start the bike. The same key will do it. So that's good news. It works. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself dressed and take this thing out on a run and see how it does. But it does run. That is always good. For a ride, I was very surprised on whatever torque it has. It's not really impressive, but I was surprised. I thought it was going to be slow going, but it does tend to move, and it will go pull you up to about 18, 20 miles an hour. That's just by mind. I didn't hook up my biking computer to it yet, but right now I'm experiencing an issue. The front wheel is squeaking, so I'm going to have to check and make sure. I might need to oil the bearing up there. I'm not sure, but if so, I'll do it. Oh, it moves. You don't even need to give it any pedal. I do have to say that if you are using pedal assist, and I did have pedal assist on, if you're using pedal assist, the motor will kick in intermittently, so it kind of gives you that boost that you need, which is really good, which is real nice. But I wouldn't recommend biking this thing without the battery. It's so heavy that if you, even in the lowest gear, it really, it's kind of heavy to move. It's a nice toy to have, you know. And I said, oh, maybe I can just buy me a second one of these and have it on standby just in case I run out and need the battery power. I wouldn't want to carry a 40-pound battery on my back. It's just not worth it. So there are some drawbacks to this. It's very heavy, so I only weigh 150-something pounds. So it does move, and it will maintain speed. On a hill, I doubt if this thing would get up a hill, unless you already had the momentum build up. But I don't know. I mean, it's good. Right now, it's running well. There's just a couple things I have to get used to, seat position and all of that, but it's okay. I'll do some more test riding. I gotta tighten up a couple more things, and maybe I'll do a video, but I'm using my phone. There's no insurance on it, so if I drop it, I'm screwed. So I'm gonna put on my little protective case before I start doing video outside. Yeah. And there's no insurance on it because I'm cheap. That's why. I don't want to pay extra for the damn insurance. Every phone I've had, I've never dropped it or cracked the screen on it. I've dropped them, but I'm careful with my stuff. So I'm going to put the case on my phone before I start doing some outside video. And the motor is very quiet. On flat ground, it will cruise along very well. So yeah, let me just go ahead and take it for a test spin, tighten up a couple things. The bars aren't straight. That screw that's in there, I have to tighten that up a little bit more. I think I have this on backwards, but I'm not 100% sure. I might take it to a bike shop so they can verify that for me, but I believe I have it on backwards. But nevertheless, good bike so far. Okay, it's a new day. I took it for a ride yesterday. The bike worked perfectly. One thing I did see about it, that it did struggle up deep hills, so you're gonna want to throw it in pedal assist and let the pedal assist help you. But other than that, slight inclines or no incline that's too deep. I can't really give a grade because I don't know which grade I was going up. Other than that, everything's fine. It's been sitting on the charger all night. As you see, the light is green, so it does stop when it's charging, because when it's charging, it turns red. So you just want to unplug it. And I'm going to go ahead and take this baby out, and now that I have my protection on my phone, my little case, I'm going to go ahead and do some video. Okay, here we go. That's all throttle. As you can see, it's very quiet. Now we're hitting some inclines. Ouch. You might be able to hear the whine from the motor. It's just the electronics doing its work. We might need to give it a little bit of a pedal. We got an incline coming up, so we'll just build up some speed. For those steep hills, you may need to give it a little bit of a pedal so the motor's not struggling. But I was able to maintain, I think, 12 miles an hour going up that hill. This right now, I'm all on motor. Haven't let go of the throttle. Alright. Coming down to a stop. Street's clear. Almost. Crossing. The shocks really do help. Right now I'm on gravity, so I'm not using the motor right now. And as you see, when I take juice from the motor or from the battery, you'll see the green light go off. Green light goes off, comes back on. Oh, that hurt. Gotta take it careful through here. It's very narrow. This is all throttle. Oh, this thing really does have some get up and go on flat ground, I tell you that much. No need to gas it here, it's all downhill. And there we go. I did like 2.5 miles today. Pretty sweet bike. This vehicle, it is a very fun vehicle to drive, or bike, you know. The best thing I liked about it, 90% of the darn thing was put together, all the wiring was done, so I didn't have to do it. All I had to do was basically put the handlebars on, put the seat on, attach the front tire, which was no problem. And yeah, it's a really nice vehicle. Only thing you have to watch out for is the weather. If it's going to rain, you really don't want to be caught in the rain. You can do some, you know, jerry rigging, so to speak, to actually get the bike to be more water resistant. Like the controller's on the bottom. If you want to go ghetto-fied, just put some duct tape to cover the controller, so just in case you hit a puddle, water doesn't get caught in the controller, because you will hit puddles, especially on the bike route I'm going to be taking next week, and hopefully I can do a video on that. But I can enjoy biking again. I got this electric motor, and next week we're just going to be doing all pedal assist, just to make it easier on the battery and me, because I'm going to be doing a round trip from downtown and then back. And hopefully I have enough juice to make it back. I think it's like 27 miles, but I believe if I just keep pedal assisting, especially on that flat ground, it's really good to, it'll really be nice on the battery. The gear system's really nice. Like I said, it's just a press shift or button shift. So second, third, fourth, fifth, so forth and so on. Reset the gear. It's really cool. I've never seen a gear system like that before. And the seat, it's okay, but I would replace it or put a cover on it because it's really cheap and it hurts. It's not comfortable. The battery, I haven't really tested it. It's not warm, believe it or not, but it's in a plastic casing, so you'll never know. The motor, it's got a little bit of warmth, but that's just from the sun. But actually, the whole bike runs pretty cool. I like these wheels. Those reflectors are real nice. The reflectors on my other bike are somewhere else. One thing this bike doesn't have is a rear reflector, which is a safety hazard, so I have to get one of those. But it's a really, really nice, clean looking bike. $550, it does what it's supposed to. As you see, it's only a 24 volt, so that's a little bit unfortunate when it comes to speed demons. But you know what, it keeps it within the legal limit, and if you do have to stop somebody on these non-disc brakes, then you know you can stop without going 30 or 40 miles an hour without hitting somebody. The brakes work fine. Good bike. So yeah, check it out. I bought this on eBay just to let you know, and it's a really, really, really nice bike to have. And my bike and computer fits on here. Next, I'm gonna put my little drink carrier on the front, because there's no drink carrier on here. This is where it would usually go. As you see, there's a sticker on here letting you know that it is a power-assisted vehicle, and it does meet the federal limits or legal limits of bikes that have a motor on it. So anyway, I'll go ahead and close the video out from here. It was fun building this thing and riding it. I'm going to ride it every chance I get. I got to start working soon. On my lunch, I'm going out and I'm riding this thing because this is a fun bike. So yeah, awesome. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. I am not technical support, so you may don't contact me if your bike breaks down, because I don't know much about this thing breaking down since it's brand new for me. So all right.